The Azure SQL Database free offer is now generally available, and it includes even more than it included in the preview. Learn all about it and what you can do with these 10 databases this week on Data Exposed. Hi, I'm Anna Hoffman, and welcome to this episode of Data Exposed. Today, I have Amar joining me from the SQL team. Amar, thanks for coming back on Data Exposed. You've been on the show a couple times, both in person and virtually now, but welcome back.
Thank you, Anna. Really happy to be here again.
Awesome. We're really happy to have you. And we're going to get right into it because we have some exciting news to share, and that is about the general availability for the Azure SQL Database free offer. So tell us all about it. What does this mean?
Yeah, really excited, really stoked about the general availability of Azure SQL Free Database offer. So Anna, it's been really successful in public preview the last a year or so, and we've heard some really great feedback from customers. Customers have been using it for proof of concepts. Small startups have been using it. There's a lot of enterprise scenarios. People use it for AI scenarios, and so that really encouraged us to dial up the value proposition of what this free offer really has, and we are really pushing the boundaries of what free databases can do for developers and enterprises in cloud. So really excited to share that in today's episode.
Awesome. Cool. It sounds like you're sharing and GA, but you're also adding things to it. So I'm excited to learn more.
Yeah. Excited to show that during the episode. Just a quick prereq. So essentially, any customer who has an Azure subscription and an Azure account should be able to use this free offer in GA. It was the same in public preview, so we are not making any changes there. We'll just quickly walk through what we have in public preview. So we essentially had one free database per subscription for the lifetime of the subscription. Each free database came with 100,000 vCore seconds and 32 gigabytes of data and backup storage. And it was a huge value add for customers to run all sort of kind of scenarios. But then for general availability, we've really beefed up what this offer has. And wait for it. I'll give it a little bit of a drum roll.
I don't know if you can hear that.
And we have 10 databases per subscription now. So 10 times the value of what we had for public preview, we are offering at general availability. And, if you put things in perspective, that's like one database per subscription gave you about 100,000 vCore seconds. This gives you about 1 million vCore seconds at a subscription level, split between 10 databases, each database giving 100,000 vCore seconds. How cool is that, Anna?
Amar, that's pretty cool. I have to wonder, are we crazy? Why are we going to give away so much database for free?
So yeah, a great question. A lot of customers told us, they want to try out a few sort of things with the free database. They want to test multiple features in parallel using the free offer. They want to use it for extended training scenarios. So it was sort of a constraint for some scenarios for customers. So we really took that further and we said, okay, you know what, just take this free offer, do what you want to do with all of your scenarios, get a taste of what SQL database really has to offer. And then, that gives you a good sort of free slate to kind of come in, try out, and then really experience this database.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah. And how do we get started? We essentially, just with a few clicks, go to the provisioning page of Azure SQL Free Database, see this info box. It has this limitation of 10 database per subscription. So it'll keep popping up till we have all free databases exhausted in the subscription, which is 10. The cost summary card then shows $0 for the experience. So essentially, that's same as what we had for public preview, just with the caveat, with the info box showing up for 10 databases. A quick regional restriction to talk about. So once the user selects a region for a free database the first time around, they can't change it for the subsequent free databases. So that's one caveat to keep in mind. Another thing to sort of talk about is auto pause and bill over usage. So essentially, for all 10 databases, there are scenarios where customers might, run a project where they think they'll stay within the free limits. So in that case, they'll keep it in auto pause. But for scenarios, they want to isolate it in an isolated environment. If they want to develop, they can really go to bill over usage where they can use it beyond the free limits. So really quickly wanted to touch in with that. To maximize the value of the free offer, also want to talk about this quick change they need to do where they want to enable the security configuration to allow other Azure services to use the free offer in an integrated way with the free database. You can do it with all 10 databases. And what we're going to show you today is 10 different sort of things you can do, but really in a quick demo for like 4 scenarios of what you can do with your free database in general availability. So there we go. We have opened it up for other Azure services to use it. And then now what we are going to really walk through is a complete dev scenario for enterprises, where we're going to show, once you've enabled this for other Azure services to access the free database, what you can really, do in an enterprise. Yeah. So in this scenario, Anna, we have a multifunctional database scenario. I am in an enterprise, a big, medium, small, doesn't matter, but I have like multiple teams. So I'm going to show through a quick demo how you can run a customer relationship management, an inventory management, product operation scenario, analytics scenario, and then a marketing scenario, all through like this free database offer that we have. So let's dive into this demo. So in this demo, we're going to run a complete dev enterprise scenario, where we're going to first see what we can do with the first free database, which is customer relationship management, which is typically used by the sales team to streamline customer relations. I'm using the first database to really upload 3 customer records. It has the first name, last name, email, some other details of the customers, and I'm able to dynamically do it through a query and really, make sure that all my customer relations and updated information is always stored in this isolated database that I have. That really helps my first team to run the scenario in customer relationship management. And then what you're going to see is, once I've updated this record and once this team is helped, there's another team that wants to use this for inventory management. So I have a completely different free database, which I'm using for product operations or inventory management. I take 3 products, the mountain bike, the helmet, and the water bottle, and I take all of their stock records, and I'm maintaining sort of a reorder point here and making sure all of my inventory is always updated in this completely different free database, which is an isolated database, and then completely run all of my product operations, my inventory management, taking care of all of my reorder points in this scenario for my company where I'm running the operations and inventory management. I then take a look at BI analytics. So to look at my customer and sales performance over a period of time, I've just aggregated data from multiple complex sources and then just put them here in a BI dashboard, which again, I'm using a different database. Finally, I look at a marketing scenario where I'm using a product catalog. Again, I've integrated a Power App with one of my other free databases. And then I'm maintaining 3 different sort of product categories here. And usually when marketing uses it for product campaigns, they really need a dynamic way of maintaining the current list of products that they have. So this scenario is absolutely relevant for them. So here we have seen, like, we've actually gone through 4 different scenarios where 4 different teams within the same enterprise can use it. And then you have 6 other free databases that you can use for 6 other different scenarios. So there's plenty that you could do with it. And really what we wanted to talk about is, how this helps in a complete dev scenario for any enterprise, starting with enterprise segregation, maintaining separate environments for development, testing, staging, production. Each developer can really work in an isolated environment. In case multiple developers in a team want to use it for rapid prototyping, they can still use the same offer and 10 separate databases to develop features in parallel. And then finally, CI/CD pipelines is another use case where they can use it for automated testing and deployment, for really automating the entire deployment process and the workflows that they have. So, just talking through one of these main applications as a complete dev scenario, I can also use it to explore, different features of Azure SQL Database across the board, including serverless tech that we have, developing proof of concept projects, REST endpoints and vector embeddings using AI. So there's really no end to like what you could do with this new free offer that we currently have in general availability today. Finally, you can also use it for like training and certification processes. So really what we have, Anna, for general availability is so much more than what we have in public preview, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, this is amazing. One, it's amazing all the things that you covered in such a short time that you can do with Azure SQL Database. But even more amazing is you can do all these things for free. And now it's generally available, and you can do 10 for subscription. I love all the different scenarios and use cases, and really this explanation. Like, personally, I have a better understanding of why we went with the number 10 versus the number 1. Just makes a lot of sense. We're really trying to do the right thing for our customers so they can get started, do their dev test work, and explore all sorts of other things that you shared with us. Amar, any like final tips or tricks or words of advice for folks who might be just getting started with the free offer?
Yeah, I think it has a lot of potential. So it has certain free limits that you have to keep in mind. So just scope out what you want to do with it. You have 10 different databases to use. So each use case scenario can be different for a database. Just be mindful of what you select, auto pause or bill over usage. And I'm sure you'll be really excited and happy to use the free offer.
Awesome. Awesome. I think the takeaway I get from Amar is dream big. You got 10 databases and we can't wait to see what you build. So Amar, thanks so much. I learned a lot. You showed us a lot. To our viewers, if you like this episode, go ahead, give it a like, but more importantly, go check out your free databases that you have for Azure SQL Database. And we'll put some links in the description for you to learn more. And we hope to see you next time on Data Exposed.